Yes, this is from Adrian Wojnarowski. ESPN sources say Pelicans forward Zion Williamson's left hamstring will make him unavailable. He is out for Friday's play-in game elimination against the Sacramento Kings and will be reevaluated in the coming weeks. A huge, huge blow to the New Orleans Pelicans. I will say, shout out our guy Frankie Cardicelli, who put us on and let us know the Kings have played the Pelicans. One of their 5 matchups this year has been against a Zion-less Pelicans team, and the Kings lost by 33 in that game.
Yes.
So, ultimately, they've got more talent in this 33-point loss earlier without Zion. CJ was 11 of 16, 7 of 10 from 3. He had 30 points. That's a movie we've seen before. Brandon Ingram, 15 points. It was really a collective effort. Dyson Daniels had 14 in that one. Jordan Hawkins had 12 in that one. Jonas Valanciunas had 15. So no Zion on Friday, but doesn't necessarily lock you in for a win. But, boy, if the Kings can play with the effort they had last night without Zion, who has been just the biggest problem for the Kings this season, they have no answer for him at all. Definitely helps your feelings towards that game, and I'm sure it's going to help our friends out in Vegas as well.
Well, look, I think both teams are going to be feeling good about this. Obviously, the Pelicans would want Zion out there,
of course.
But if there was a team that the Pelicans would have to face when they've lost their last 2 and they're free-falling and they're missing their best player, it's a team that they've beaten 5 times.
Exactly.
So the Pelicans aren't going to be that distraught about this. At the same time, the Kings have to feel somewhat better about not having to deal with Zion. Maybe you get the ball. Brandon Ingram, I believe, is on some type of minutes restriction. I don't know if that will be lifted on Friday. Maybe now it will be with Zion out. But I was talking to someone last night, Chris, and we're getting ready for the Kings game. Someone told me last night that Brandon Ingram came out of the game against the Lakers when it was tied.
Wow.
Due to the minutes restriction. So they get 2
so they're
days.
tight on that.
Yeah, they get 2 days. Obviously, they get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday leading up to the game. Who knows what's going to happen? But Brandon Ingram will play. It's just a matter of how much. And we know that CJ McCollum, you didn't draft me. CJ, you didn't draft me, McCollum. He's going to have some things to say. Jose Alvarado, it was so frustrating. Yeah. It's been so frustrating watching the Pelicans these last couple games look like a normal team. Alvarado ain't hitting transition triples like Klay Thompson in his prime before Klay Thompson appeared. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So if you're just now joining us, Styles and Watkins, Zion is out. Zion is out. We are waiting to see if Brandon Ingram will still be on that minutes restriction that he was on.
He played 23 minutes.
He played 23 minutes.
Can I ask a question about minutes restriction?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's imposed by your own team, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So by your own team's doctors, what is stopping Brandon Ingram from staying out there when they're tied at that point in the game?
Not just the coach. I mean, it's a coach's decision.
Yeah.
But that seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, the wrong decision.
It feels like, why play him at all to me?
Sure.
Yes, minutes restriction is crazy. Football, maybe it makes more sense. It's not the same. It's a snap count.
Right. Yeah.
But, dude, that is like, it's do or die pretty much for the Pelicans.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those where they say, like, if this was a playoff game, he'd be playing. And, like, since it is, he's playing. But, like, regular season, he's probably missing time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Any Brandon Ingram is better than no Brandon Ingram. And especially if Zion's not going to be out there, like, I'd be surprised if Brandon Ingram's minutes restriction doesn't just go out the door because there's no point in limiting his minutes if there is no tomorrow. The Pelicans had the benefit of having that game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they felt like, hey, if we lose –
you're going to need him for Friday.
We just smacked the Warriors, and we keep smacking the Kings. Look, bold strategy, Cotton. Hope it works out for you, but that's a great point, Chris. I mean, it was not win or go home for them, and now it will be. And
they're down a star.
And now they're down a star. So, look, breaking news, Zion is out. The word is out that Zion is out.
The word is out.
And I don't even think that I want to spend too much time on the minutes restriction because what else can you ask for if you're the Kings?
Right.
You got past the Warriors in convincing fashion. things are starting to look up for you. Yes,
Yeah.
you're still missing Malik and Kevin Huerter, but Zion is out, and he has been a problem. And that you won't have to see Zion, that left hand, you won't have to see any of it on Friday.